there has to be a balance between where the time skip stops, because otherwise you're going to make a lot of people really mad. Don't worry, we're not going to talk about that at all. Ever. Never at all. No, away from the Japanese stuff and back to Western animation, because that's the good stuff. We got the good stuff on tap is what we got. And as far as actually the good stuff, we got some good stuff. I wish I could say that it was particularly good, but well, okay, it's just mediocre tonight. Let's start with the stuff that I think will make more people happy than not. Tell you what, I will start with the good stuff and I will end with the bad stuff, if that's alright. Which, yeah, okay, this is a little not bad. In fact, this would probably be good for people who think that this guy should have gone a while ago. So let me just pull it up here. As some of you who grew up in the 90s probably know, there was a lot of shows that followed the likes of Blue's Clues and Dora, where the characters would pause and interact with the audience, would let the children answer questions for them. And there was a guy who was actually responsible for that. Now, his name, if I will pull up the news story in particular here, because I can't go. Okay, sorry, mate. Then I'll go to bed. Yes. Stay awake with us, Osaki. We don't go to sleep. We stay up until all hours of the night. Because we are crazy like that. We are crazy individuals. Well, we're crazier than... There are varying levels of crazy around there. But anyways, I'm getting off track here. Anyways, said man was pretty much laid off. Yes, the guy who created the pause in children's television, known as Brown Johnson, is fired! Was fired from Nickelodeon after this bit of a shakeup was going on for the Nickelodeon studios, you know, people with the orange block. Actually, they don't use that orange splat effect anymore, which makes me kind of sad. But anyways, he's gone, and there's a bit of a shakeup going up because Nickelodeon's numbers have not really been that great. They really have not been that great compared to like what they used to have. They don't really have the firepower that they used to, and they're kind of struggling to get up to that level again. And with some of those shows, like, their long-running shows have, like, run out of juice. Like, we can stop SpongeBob, we can stop Fairly Odd Parents now, we can, I don't know, whatever long-running shows are still going, but in any case, there needs to be a stop to that healthcare. So this shake-up is a bit of a good thing, I think, because you're not going to go anywhere if you don't try. If you do not try, you will not go anywhere. Especially in the animation field, because it's kind of a risky business. Like, you would think, oh, you just make cartoon, put on TV, profit. Cartoon, watch, profit. That's not how it works out. Now you actually have to change with the times, change with the viewer base, offer new material available. In fact, the most successful thing for Nickelodeon right now is definitely the Korra series, because that draws in all the people who come in to watch that, but it does not, like, I don't know, it's... Can we say that the Korra finale was kind of nyeh? I think we can say that. The season 1 for Korra's finale was kind of nyeh. And it still brings in all the people coming to watch that. And so that's why Nickelodeon needs a shakeup, is because they need more successful shows, and they need to boost their viewers. Well, they got the TMNT series coming out, they got Monster and Robot, which, yeah. So, I don't know what this shakeup will do as far as the programming goes. I mean, I assume that we'll see different kinds of shows, hopefully, but for now, all we have to look forward to really is just different management, which for most of us doesn't really mean much, because it's just, oh, new name on the front door. Although, this will probably be something to keep an eye on, because if there's a shift in what the Nickelodeon people are doing, then, well, that's a good thing. That is a very good thing indeed. Because, again, you have to take risks in this business. It's not a business where you can just do nothing. You have to take risks. So if you're going to enter the animation field, take risks. Please, I'm begging you. Well, enough about that. I'm on a boat! Yes, we'll never let the memes die, ever. Ever. Yeah, we could use some experimentation. If for you people who are taking over Nickelodeon in this shakeup happen to be listening, do more oh yeah cartoons. Do more of let people like create pilots and go crazy, let those student animators have fun. Go do that. That's what we want. What we don't want is this, which is our next story, which is all about Sony Animation and what they're doing. In case you weren't following, Sony Animation has been in business, not making movies, but in business, for 10 years now. Yes, Sony Animation, who's brought us such wonderful money-making masterpieces as Open Season and... yeah, that's pretty much it. Well, okay, to be fair, Open Season came out in like 2006, I think it was, and so it's like, but that was only 6 years ago. What did they do the 4 years before that? They're pretty much, well, okay, think about what computer animation does to create a studio. You have to do commercials, or you have to do special effects work, you have to basically develop your software in order to get to the point where you can actually make a feature-length film, because that takes a lot to do. Yes, they did Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs as well. Yeah, I guess, yeah. No, that wasn't on our company, that was them. No, so Sony has a small number of films to their name right now. Probably their most successful one, unfortunately, was it the Lorax? I think it was the Lorax, wasn't it? Let's see, that was... oh wait, no, that was Illumination Studios? Oh, and anyways, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs was not that great. It wasn't bad either. It was, I think I'd give it more flack just because its animation was kind of cheap. Anyways, like... but I can't really pick on it that much. In any case, their oh yeah, their work with Aardman. Well, I'll give Aardman credit on its own. Their association with Sony, like they did Arthur Christmas together. I do know that much, but yeah. Oh, the reason for the celebration, just because it's like 10-year anniversary. What's a big deal? Well, because they got Hotel Transylvania coming out, so they're trying to build credit for all the stuff that they want for Hotel Transylvania, so it's like, we're 10 years old now! Which, I think they're tooting their horn a little too much here, is the only thing to say on that, but I guess it's worth noting that they are trying to establish themselves. Sony Animation is trying to establish that we're here, and we're not going anywhere! We're gonna be here forever. We've been here for 10 years! Didn't do much. Yeah, that's actually a pretty accurate description, Chaos. So, that's that. So let's switch over to something that's a lot more uplifting, shall we? Which is ironic because it's all about depression and sadness. Which is that the release for the highly anticipated Frank Miller adaptation of The Dark Knight Returns Part 1 is coming out on September 27th. Well, that much we knew. And we've seen the trailer for it. But on top of that, we're also getting clips that are being released now, and the link I'm sending you right here is going to send you to the clip itself. And I already showed it earlier on the stream, but if you want it to share with other people, there's your link right there. Share that with other people. I'm sure it's up on YouTube as well somewhere, but it's coming out soon. And from the looks of it, it's going to be well animated, well paced. I think it may even actually be a little better than The Dark Knight Rises, to be honest. Like, you can tell that The Dark Knight Rises had a lot of influence from The Dark Knight Returns, DKR Part 1. Well, basically the whole, it's a dark world, and the Dark Knight hasn't been here in a while, and we need him to come back, and then he does, and it's like, well, what do we do after that? Although The Dark Knight Rises did not have female Robin, or other elements that don't exist in that, but yes, put this on your pre-order list. Thank you, Itchy. Thank you very much. I may actually be getting it the week it comes out, because I may have it coming to the store nearby, but in any case, there's your clip for it, so it'll give you a bit of an idea of whether or not you want to check this out or not. Whether or not it will be worth just the Part 1, because, of course, you're going to be just starving for the second half, hopefully. Yeah, it'll probably be worth it. Like, sometimes I'll hold off on something that's like Part 1 and Part 2 until the second part's out. I did that for Harry Potter. I didn't go see Harry Potter 7 Part 1 until Harry Potter 7 Part 2 came out. But this one, I will probably go ahead and see Part 1 right away. The strength will be, I guess, on whether or not it can actually stand on its own, and if it does not end on a cliffhanger. I'm hoping it'll be like two halves of a really good book that can stand on their own, but are great put together. That's what I'm really hoping for. And also, adaptation of Frank Miller's work that's not full of prostitutes and swearing and other, like a giant fist on the cover. I do not think they will adapt The Dark Knight Returns 2. Probably won't. Right. Well, it's something to look forward to. And probably enough to put on your pre-order list. Do what Itchy does. Itchy's got the right idea. It's to pre-order that. But that's, unfortunately, the best news for the night. The worst news is coming right at the end here. And I say worse as someone who thinks that this particular franchise that I'm about to talk about is very mediocre and has been stretched out far beyond what it needs to and does not require the attention it's getting, but unfortunately, I'm not an executive. I don't do anything that can make a decision, so this is what's happening. This is what you viewers created to happen, or this is what he wanted to happen. And by he, I unfortunately, of course, referring to the master of milking the products that's ever existed, George Lucas. Okay, I'll stop stretching that out so much now. Anyways, the Clone Wars series that has been going since forever. Just to give you an idea, it is coming on its 5th season now. The Star Wars Clone Wars, the CGI one, not the Genndy Tartakovsky miniseries, no. The actual CGI one that has continued to go on, is now entering its 5th season! And that in itself would be enough of a problem. I mean, I just continue to ignore it, personally. Like, for all the shows that could have gotten 5th seasons, this one's one of the least deserving. Not because it's bad, but just because it's so mediocre, and it doesn't do anything that the Genndy Tartakovsky version couldn't have done better. Like, this could have been so much better in the Genndy Tartakovsky version, but it's not. It's this. But anyways, the problem with this is not just 5th season, no. The problem is that, as I try to get this link here, I'm sorry, it's like really acting weird for me. It's like copy, copy, and paste. And why isn't it pasting? I don't know, anyways. Okay, the problem is that it's entering syndication. That's our problem. Not only is this series entering its 5th season, but it has gotten so long, so many episodes for it, that it's actually entering multiple channel syndications. You know what syndication is? Syndication is when your show has been so long that it can be filler on lesser networks like TNT or Fox or TBS or other channels out there. Like, you know how stuff like Simpsons and Family Guy is everywhere because it's entered syndication. That's exactly what syndication means. It's your show has gone so long that it can be filler on other channels as well. And if I'm reading this correctly, which I'm pretty sure I am, Clone Wars is the first animated series to enter syndication that's not on a Fox network in, like, a long time. Here we go, there's that link. Sorry, it took me a while to get that to work. But it's the first time that a series has done this without being a Fox show in a long time. Can you think of any other animated series that really entered syndication? You can't, because they either don't go long enough or they don't have the, I don't want to say the appeal, but the fan base to survive in syndication. So, yeah, Futurama, that was a Fox show. I know a lot of people forget. Futurama was originally on Fox before it moved to Adult Swim and then moved to Cartoon Network. No, it was originally on Fox. So, yeah, this is the first time. Although I'm pretty sure that since Cartoon Network is owned by Warner Brothers, and Warner Brothers has multiple syndications on all other networks, that it's, I think Warner Brothers' channel is CBS, I think. I could be wrong. Yeah, ABC is Disney, Fox is Fox, Paramount is NBC? No, I don't remember. Gulf and Western. I don't remember. Anyways, the point is that the Clone Wars series has been going so long, it's going into syndication, so And I'm not talking about, like, there are plenty of cartoons that went from Disney to Toon Disney, but that's not really the syndication I'm talking about. I'm talking about international syndication. The kind of syndication where, even if you go through multiple channels, you will see this on the guide. You can flip through your TV guide and look for something to watch on your 500 channels, and you will see Clone Wars, or Star Wars' Clone Wars all over the board. So yay! Yay for George frickin' Lucas. And if you are one of those people who like this show, because there must be people who like this, then by all means, tell me why. Please tell me why it has the appeal that requires it to go this long. A season, I can understand. 2 seasons, I can also understand. 3 seasons is about my breaking point there. That's the point where I realized that a show that is so mediocre should only go that far, and after that, it's nothing. Like, the 3rd season is like, the creators really want this to happen, and even if the show isn't doing so well, their push from the executive producers is enough to keep it on TV. That's about it. So there's your final news! Not the best news, especially for those of us who don't really like this kind of stuff, but it exists, and there's nothing you can do about it. Unless you advance in the animation ranks and become the executive yourself, then you can make the decision. So, there you go. That's all I have for you, and I'm sorry I ended off on the worst news, but it was all I had. It was all I had that, or because you people caused this. I'll blame it on you people. You people in the internet world. And that's all I got. Go about your lives.